are sitting at a table, and all of a sudden the bomb explodes. Right? He says, "Oh, that's shock." But if you two guys are sitting at a table, and the audience knows there's a bomb.
Ahead of time.
Yeah, the guys at the table don't know that that's suspense.
That's also audience involvement.
Yeah.
You get a chance to get involved. Which is like lay it all out there. You know, you're going, oh, I think I'll take a nap. You know, then wake up at the end of the movie.
And frankly, on a modest budget, that's something you can do without spending a ton of money. Create a story, create a sense of expectation, and then play with it as good storytellers do. And that's an ancient art. All the way back to the Greeks, at least. And I think that's something that involves an audience. And a lot of films right now aren't getting that message.
Well, I'll date myself. When I grew up, it was all radio. So, you listen to all the shows, and you had to see everything, in your mind. The pictures and the horses and everything. So, you had to. And then when television came along, you go, wow, this is really trippy, and movies. But so, it's that imagination factor that it's kind of left out now. They show you everything.
That's why the book is always better.
Yeah.
So, John, I have a question for you. You did this film, it became this phenomenon, and then you just kind of fell off the planet. Why did you stop acting?
Yeah, I kept working for a while, but
IMDb says otherwise, but
they don't really know what it's talking about. There was lots of commercials and stuff mainly, but I just got interested in doing other things, just having a life, and I was never one. I didn't particularly love auditioning. And an actor's thing is about auditioning, constantly looking for work. And there's nothing less fun than constantly looking for work. So I ran off and worked for Disney for a long time and played there, So I stuck there. And I ended up writing some stuff. I still started in the business, but I don't act so much unless somebody wants to call me and give me a part.
Yeah, that's always the best.
That's the best way, So if anybody knows anybody.
I was married for many years to Nancy Kice, who you would know as Nancy Loomis, played Annie in the first one. And this experience, I looked at you guys going out on auditions, and it's unbelievable to me the punishment she took. Nancy finally just said, I'm not going to do this anymore. It's too hard, because when I go out with a script or with a movie in my hand to get somebody to distribute, and they say, nah, we don't want any part of that. Well, at least it's that thing. When you guys go out for a part, they're going, no, we don't want you.
Well, the nice way to put that. No, nice way to put that is when you walk in to read, you always get the signals. First one is, they're attentive, and then you go, when you get this one, thanks for coming in.
Yeah. If any of you contemplate an acting career, you have to have skin this thick, and you really, really have to have sort of an inner self-confidence that allows for tons of rejection. It's a brutal.
It's pretty bad.
Right? Yeah, but it's really nice when they really like the audition. That's when we just like, no.
We'll call you.
But you're never good enough.
No,
Like I always say, imagine you guys, remember your job interview for whatever job you have now. Imagine going on 100 of those, and you're told you didn't get it, not because you weren't qualified, not because you weren't, you didn't have your resume wasn't exactly what they were looking for, but because you wore an orange shirt.
Or
and
you
had earrings.
Or you had hair in your nose.
It's just stupid and ridiculous who's making the decisions nowadays. We were talking about this in the car yesterday, and I'm at the point now where I'm having to make that decision of whether I really don't want to put myself through this anymore. I'm 31. I don't think so. I don't think that it's healthy for my spirit anymore. It sucks. I want to have kids, and I want to buy a house in Kentucky, and I really.
Well, that's what I feel. I don't want to struggle anymore.
I don't want to be this way. It's directing and doing. Still to be creative, fantastic. I have to have that. That's just part of who I am. But growing up as a child actor, you are, I'm sure Brian did the same thing. Your identity as a human being is an actor. like you're not a human. You're not a person. You're a product before you are a person.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, for me, then I'm flipping, going, well, wait a second. I have to sort of have a rebirth.